evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing. Hello and welcome. My name is Taro Mundawarara, and thank you so much for joining. Today, I want to talk about identity. And it's quite apt that identity, well, it's not apt. Identity is what I'm really kind of feeling at the moment. With the course coming out, with the guide coming out, I've started to go back into coaching. So I've just replied to someone who's asked if I'd help them if I'd do some coaching with her parents. And I've been away from coaching for a long time, probably about 2 years, deliberately. I still don't know how I feel about that word coaching. Mentoring is probably the one that I most resonate with. And my identity is getting clearer and clearer and more certain. So today we're talking about identity. I start by saying, for me, I said this a bit the last time we were together, and maybe you can relate. I woke up figuratively one day and realized that for such a long time I'd been chasing the word happy. And one day I woke up and realized that I hadn't been thinking about being happy. I hadn't been wanting to be happy. I hadn't been chasing being happy. I just simply was. I was just simply at peace. And I find myself now realizing that the person that I had wanted to be previously just I don't feel like that person anymore. Almost like been wearing a mask that fit perfectly for such a long time. But now it just feels so uncomfortable. It feels tight and sweaty and uncomfortable. And I just quite simply don't like it anymore. I don't like that mask. That mask just feels not right. And I don't know. Perhaps it's something that you can relate to. Maybe it's not. And today, what I want to talk about for me right now is just being one of the most important realizations that I've had in a while about who I am right now and how I am engaging with other people, family, friends, wife. And I'm hoping to kind of, with your help, explore what happens and what is happening when the identity that we've built, and some might say even that part or those parts that have gotten you here where you are right now, no longer serve where you are and where you're going. And how that feels. So, for me, here's the thing about identity. It's something that we spend so much of our time and our lives building. If you're in the corporate space, right, you have your identity, you have your work persona, you have your, if you're self-employed, you have that identity which you have when you're around your customers or your clients. If you're a parent, there's an identity that you have when you are with your partner or with your kids, or we have identities, we've become the achiever, the caretaker, the strong one, the reliable one, the one who never breaks, the one who is always there at the other end of a phone or of a text. And speaking for self, for a while it worked. So I thought. And that identity got me through college. It got me a job. It gains and earns me respect in that job. It makes people say, wow, look at all that you've accomplished. Look at all the things that you've done. But then, and I'm feeling it now, something shifts. It starts off as being something very subtle at first. A quiet discomfort, a feeling that I'm performing a role instead of being me. Or maybe it's sudden. A breakup, a burnout. Some traumatic event that cracks the foundation wide open. And you realize that this version of me, this person, this version that has gotten me here, that's supported and maintained me for so long, just simply doesn't fit anymore. There's something that nobody tells you about that moment. That discomfort, that feeling of not quite fitting into your old life. For me, it was stark. I can truly and totally attest to the fact that I had, what's popularly known as the dark night of the soul. And I'm glad to say that I came out on the other side of it. But it was intense. But this is something that people don't say. It isn't a breakdown. It's not failure. It's not me losing myself. It's me actually finding myself. It's you finding yourself. It's finding self. Because the identity that we built was never who we truly are or were. It was a shell, a protective shell, a strategy to survive, a way to navigate a world that asked me to be something other than self, other than me, other than who I am. And that's what all that discomfort and that anxiety and all of that part of it, what that was. And now that that shell has cracked and is open, not because you're broken, but because we're ready. The shell is cracking because we're ready. Everything that we've done, the therapy, the coaching, the meditation, the retreats, I truly believe that all of that has been working to getting you to a point, to this point. And don't get me wrong, I hasten to say I'm not arrogant enough to sit and say, think, or believe that it's all about, this conversation. No, I don't believe that at all. But it's gotten you to this point whereby you are more receptive to that course, that guide, that podcast, that conversation, that relationship. Because what's happening under there's a part of you, and that part that's been performing, achieving, people-pleasing, holding it all together is exhausted. It's been carrying a weight that was never ours to carry from the beginning. And there's also another part of you, the one that's been quiet. One that's been quiet for such a long time, and that part is finally speaking up. And it's saying, hey, I'm here. And I need you to come back. And this happens at whatever age. 57, 47, 37, 27, 17. And know that there's nothing wrong with us. As you go through this, you're not having a crisis. You're not falling apart. Like a snake, you're shedding. You're shedding a skin that's protected you and kept you safe through that grass. But now, you realize that the version of yourself that was built to adapt, to survive, is being released. And that release, I don't know how long it'll take, or if it's even started. But that release happens so that the version that's meant to thrive can finally emerge. I listened to a meditation over the weekend, and I don't know if I've actually listened to that meditation before. I'm sure I have, but it landed completely differently for me this time. It touched my soul, and I truly heard the words. And what I took from it was permission. We're allowed to outgrow who we've become. We're allowed to let go of the identity that no longer serves us, even if it's the one everyone knows you as. And it's hard. It's really hard. I'm navigating that at this very moment. Who I was is not who I am. However, the relationships that I have, some are based on who I was. And that's difficult to navigate. But we're allowed to let go of that. You're allowed to say, I don't know who I am right now, and that's okay. And I'll add to that. We're allowed to say that I don't know who I am right now, but it's not who I was. And that's okay. Because the truth is, you're not supposed to know. Yet. You're in the space between who you were and who you are becoming. And as I found out on Friday night, that space is sacred. Truly, truly sacred. And what I've learned, both from my own journey and from walking alongside others through our collective journeys and fears, that when your identity no longer fits, it's because you've been abandoning yourself for so long. You've been turning away from the parts that didn't fit the image. Whatever that image was, whatever that identity was, you were turning away from those parts. The part that wanted to rest when the world said to push harder, the part that wanted to create when the world said to be practical, the part that wanted peace when the world said be strong. The part that wanted to be soft when the world rewarded hardness. And those parts were exiled. They were locked away. And now, they're knocking. And many of you who've been on this journey alongside me, when we started last year reading No Bad Parts, you'll bear witness to this, maybe not fully, but those parts started knocking very loud last year. Very loud. And they're saying, we're still here. And we're not going anywhere. So instead of running from this discomfort, I've got a question, and please, in the comments, write an answer. I've got a question, and the question is, instead of running from this discomfort, what if you turn toward it? What if you asked, what part of me have I been ignoring? What have I been pretending not to see or not to need? Who would I be if I stopped performing? You don't need to answer those questions. Those are but just put one word in the comment section. Instead of running from the discomfort, what if you turn toward it? What would happen? Just, no, it wasn't my room service. It was me. CGI, friend, CGI. It would be uncomfortable. Yeah, Jazz? What if it wasn't? Or What if on the other side of that discomfort was peace? Just one to think about. And to think about it because the truth is, I think, the identity we built was never meant to be permanent. It was scaffolding, snakeskin. And now that we've traversed through that cold winter, or that hot summer, now that the structure is built, the scaffolding can come down. The skin can be shed. Because when we let go of who we thought we had to be, we make space, and we make space for who we actually are. And I'm really enjoying and loving who I actually am. And who you actually are, that person is whole. That person is enough. That person is complete. That person has always been there, waiting quietly in the wings, away from the noise. And this is what it feels like to come back to yourself, to know that you will never abandon you, and you are back with you. You are home. So, if you are in that space right now, if your identity no longer fits, the mask is sweaty and uncomfortable, let me tell you this: you're not lost, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. And what comes next isn't something you need to figure out. It's something you need to simply allow. To allow the old to fall away, to give way, and to allow the uncertainty and to allow yourself to not know. To allow yourself to be discomfort, to be uncomfortable. That's the word. Because in that not knowing, in that space where we need to surrender, something new is already beginning to be born. And it's a great journey. One that I thoroughly love and enjoy. I just want to simply say thank you for being here. I want you to take away from this today, this feeling, and give yourself permission to hear these words. You are seen, you are enough, and you are home. Thank you. And that is that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. And thank you for supporting Stories from the Soul. I hope you enjoyed what you heard today. Please do consider following, sharing, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Good, bad, it's all helpful and it all helps improve the show. You can reach out, join my newsletter, or check out my other courses and other work at tariromundawarara.com. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.